Church street now so for Tarinkun, country people. We should say this boy they don't pass. People them taxi they park them for this petrol station. Citizen petrol station. Tarinkun here. Now they don't pass light fire. They will see about 4 to 6 taxis they already put on fire. They say they get yellow color. Now this Wednesday evening around 8 p.m.
So when I see the United Nations Human Rights Commissioner, they directly condemn the Ambazona terrorists for their lockdowns, ghost towns, and stopping people from accessing their livelihoods at the risk of being shot. So it's they be condemned. So it go on for talk saying no stone should be left unturned in efforts to silence the guns and bring this unattainable or untenable crisis to an end through dialogue with those who have grievances and demands, through accountability for the perpetrators of human rights violations and abuses, and through reconciliation measures, including an evaluation of existing DDR process for certain members of the armed groups. They don't fit talk without talking about our DDR process, my contributor. So it talks accountability for the perpetrators. When I wait this way, when we were black them, we will hold meeting with you, and that's exactly what we called for. Accountability for the perpetrators of human rights violations and abuses, the beheadings, the attacks on Anglophone civilian population by the Ambazona terrorists. So regrettably, there is persistent impunity for grave violations. The fight against impunity is absolutely key, regardless of the affiliation of the perpetrators, as it will go a long way in building confidence between citizens and the state. Where state security forces have been implicated in violations, it is essential that investigations take place independently, promptly, and transparently, and the perpetrators are brought to justice. Long protection for victims and witnesses. I was given assurances by the government in this regard. So now we talk, it continue for talk say the victim-centered approach must guide all efforts to resolve this protracted crisis, and I have called on the government to facilitate humanitarian access to areas affected by the conflict. I have also urged the government to revise the 2014 anti-terrorism law in this regard. So when I know say these people that are diplomats them and they know how to place their words them. So when I see how we talk about victim-centered approach, so we, the victims of Ambazona terrorism, we have to be the one at the center. The approach has to revolve around us, the victims. So it go on for talk about, say, I have called on the government. So now wait this way, the Amba sheet, no white blast terrorists do not understand. Calling on someone to do something no mean say, I mean, you know, first of all, they don't get the powers of force Cameroon to do anything. You understand? So he is calling on the government. And another thing, another point where I want to bring them to attention. Now, when I hear the Amba terrorists that they talk, because I know say one or two inconsequential noisemakers and for Facebook, they don't talk about this visit for Volker Turk to Cameroon. They talk about how the United Nations Human Rights Chief visits the Cameroons. They add S for there. I laugh so that one die. First of all, the man visit Yaoundé, as in he fly from Geneva to Yaoundé and then come up from Yaoundé back to Geneva. Now, how many Cameroons that way visit them? Even if you want to claim, say, the Anglophone zone not be part of Cameroon, let's agree, say you claim say not be part of Cameroon. If visit the Anglophone zone, no, you don't visit the Anglophone zone. So why would I force myself to claim say you don't visit the Cameroons with an S? Yaoundé now part of how many Cameroon? So indirectly, we necessarily conclude and accept say Yaoundé na the capital of Wuna own Cameroon to where Wuna claim and say exist. So Yaoundé na capital of two Cameroons because he only land for Yaoundé and then come out of Yaoundé again. Wuna catch up for Facebook they talk how he don't visit the Cameroons. Yaoundé na two Cameroons. Oh, these people they're stupid. They're stupid for some kind of level where no easy master. Sometimes about the sorry them. But anyways, we'll continue. It go on for talk say I also urge the government to revise this because get no powers whatsoever for force anything make it happen. If you only plead, call on, or urge, or advise, say no, look, or analyze, say in my own opinion, if we do this, if we revise the constitution, and the outcome this way go bring him, that's all he can do. But in no fit force Cameroon government for do anything. As a matter of fact, before he even come for Cameroon, as his statement talk him, right at the top, man, go right at the top, at the beginning of his statement, man, show now, which we talk, okay? The very second sentence, we write him, it talks about it. I am for the president and the government for their invitation. You understand? Before Volker Turk from the United Nations, it want enter Cameroon, it be need an invitation. If a job come up, begin enter some sovereign country where you don't get visa, you don't get invitation, you who? Even Antonio Guterres, when the Secretary General of the United Nations, cannot. Even a president of another country, Matt talks to President Tinubu for Nigeria, or the president of South Africa, or the president of the United States of America, cannot just enter Cameroon. You who? You need invitation. You need authorization. You need permission. That's what is called a visa. A visa means authorization. It means permission. You need to apply for the visa, pay the visa fees, and then the application will be considered because Cameroon is a sovereign nation. They could consider the application, see whether we go accept for you for visit the country or not. And then if we accept, we stamp your passport, we grant you a visa. You understand? We'll grant you a visa for fit enter the sovereign territory of Cameroon. No person will not be Cameroonian citizen if you just enter Cameroon without authorization. Only Cameroonian citizens where they carry Cameroonian passport, if you travel out of the country, enter Cameroon. When I write, where you don't need authorization from nobody. Every other person will carry foreign passport, you must seek authorization. And even if you get invited into the country by the head of state or by the government, that letter of invitation, now your authorization, now your visa, that you take that letter, go for Cameroon consular services, then for an embassy or whatever abroad, like the Cameroon High Commissioner for Commission for London, and then they will stamp you your visa, giving you authorization for enter Cameroon. So make una understand why were the ambassador terrorist shit no white blast there for they claim say they get country. They talk say so the Human Rights Commissioner don't visit the Cameroons. When I grant a visa. When I be give visa for go Babenda or for go any part of the Anglophone zone, any person will enter Cameroon, even if they go to Bamenda or they go to any part of the Anglophone zone, it take now from the Cameroon government. Now for tell when I say they recognize Cameroon, it be one and indivisible, and the sovereignty of that territory, the protection, the security of that territory is granted and guaranteed by the Cameroon government. So now wait that we talk, man, just continue. It talk now, it continue for talk say, my office is ready to provide advice and assistance. You understand? Because that's all they can provide for advice and for assist the Cameroon government in achieving its mission. But they don't dictate on how the Cameroonian people decide on their laws, how they decide to hold their elections, how they decide to resolve their conflicts. The United Nations cannot impose or dictate or dictate. You understand? Even like the Amba no white blast fools the way they did for social media, they make noise, say they call on the United Nations fact-finding mission or whatever. First of all, you don't decide. Now only Cameroon government, if it decide on that, because now them the guarantee security for the so-called fact-finding mission. Or you think the fact-finding mission go enter inside the Anglophone zone for territory where we not control them. Even the territory when I be talk say liberated territory. Who's that will go shoot a fang? A faction, no white blast, a big number, what you call itself for Guzang Day. They go shoot it for a white day for the so-called liberated territory. No, we are not control one last mango. Then we will provide security for United Nations fact-finding mission. How? Idiots. They just make noise. The United Nations not enter in any part of Cameroon for whatever reason without authorization from the Cameroon government. Know that. Say we call on fact-finding mission, they go enter now how? Even the so-called fact-finding mission, if Cameroon government talks say no, Even Antonio Guterres himself, he talks that they want come for so-called fact-finding mission or whatever. Cameroon government says no, it ends there. It ends there. Even, for example, time where they will get the real war, no matter this kidnapping for ransom business, when they do them in the Anglophone zone, they get real war for South Sudan, where they go on for Sierra Leone, for Congo, and the rest. When we, even for Central African Republic, where they next door to Cameroon, they get United Nations peacekeeping force for day. Before the peacekeeping mission want enter for Central African Republic or for Sierra Leone or for Congo or anywhere else, the sovereign country must agree to it. It must agree. And then in some cases, then where, for example, the rebels, they control territory, the rebel forces, they must also agree to the peacekeeping forces them. You understand? But in this case, we are not control one last mango. Who seek una attention? Who cares whether you agree or you don't agree? You have no powers, no say, nothing, except for go kidnap una own or mammy them for village. What powers do you have? Except for kidnap una own Anglophones them, torment them, bon bikes them, bon people that are taxing for Bamenda. What other powers do you have? Nothing. Say fact-finding mission. When I go past now, how? All what Cameroon government needs to do is say no. It ends there. What powers do you have? Anyways, and when I say they continue to call them northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon, because now one country, they recognize Cameroon as one and indivisible. So it go on for talk say, in my meetings with civil society, we discussed serious concerns over restrictions on the freedom of expression, association, and the right to peaceful assembly, and the need to enable or the need to ensure better protection for human rights defenders. So it go on for talk say, the period leading up to elections is always a particularly sensitive one in all countries in the world. I called on political parties across the spectrum to commit publicly to the human rights cause, notably ensuring the rights to freedom of expression and the peaceful assembly will be defended in the context of 2025 and 2026 elections. You understand? So now I go on to talk about you meeting with civil society organizations and journalists where they need to carry out essential monitoring and reporting in the pre-electoral context alongside the commission will be created for Cameroon for human rights, including regard to counter hate speech and disinformation without intimidating or fear of reprisal, and action on emblematic legal proceedings would help send clear message against impunity and serve to prevent future violations. So now the statement that way, it said the senior government officials acknowledge that Cameroon needs to prioritize the increasing number of women in leadership positions across the board, including in parliament, in regional councils and municipal councils, because that is still part of human rights. It go on for talk say, I also called on Cameroon to accelerate the adoption of comprehensive legislation on violence against women and to revise the penal code to ensure access to justice and other essential services for victims. Harmful practices, including forced or early marriage, sexual harassment, rape, and sexual mutilation must be vigorously tackled. Okay, so now the statement that inequalities and unlawful discrimination on the basis of race, ethnicity, religion, linguistic origin, sexual orientation, and other grounds need to be eliminated. Cameroon clearly has the potential to be a leader in sustainable development, including by starting to adopt the National Action Plan on Business and Human Rights and ensuring sufficient resources in national budget for climate change adaptation and mitigation measures. While my visit lasted only 2 days, and this is by no means a comprehensive picture of the human rights situation in the country, our office has been present in Yaoundé since 2001, engaging closely with Cameroonian authorities, civil societies, and other actors, as well as covering 9 other countries in the Central African region. I am grateful to the Cameroon government for providing larger premises, which I was able to inaugurate today for my regional office in Yaoundé. The cooperation and support of the authorities and the international communities or international community will allow the Human Rights Office to strengthen its work in the region. Cameroon plays an important role in the multilateral fora, particularly the UN, regionally and internationally, and it will soon take up the presidency of the UN General Assembly during its 2024-25 session. I look forward to continuing to count on Cameroon's support in ensuring that the universal values of human rights permeate regional and international discussions on peace, security, and development, as well as at the national level. So now the speech that where I live my country people them today, number 14 day for August 2024. I just decided to bring una that one. Una bear with me 1 second. Oh, I don't just get some message where I don't get where I want for reply. Okay, I did reply now to a message where some person sent for me for WhatsApp. It talk about the live broadcast yesterday. So as I tell you now the message that and the contact details and that for the United Nations Human Rights Office for any person who want to contact them, fantastic. So now their website that when I just Google Human Rights United Nations Human Rights Office for the High Commission, and then when I go get the website, I'll get the details them. So now the small information that I bring up for now. So when I say this, so we don't thoroughly defeat ambassador terrorism for the level where even an important meeting like this one it happened inside Cameroon, they don't even get the capability for even try for disturb. That's how far we don't defeat ambassador terrorism. They don't get the capability for disturb my country with them. So even for declare lockdown or for try for leave the stupid comments where they usually leave them for the High Commissioner. Many of them don't even know self said the meeting they hold, despite the fact that they publish them. And the few ones where they can't talk about, they can't talk stupidity, say if visit the Cameroons. Anyways, now eat yourself. So what do you expect from idiots? So make I read a few of the comments them. So we'll get Field Marshal Aretha or Benson Makia. It a reply to Francis Ayafo about Equinox TV. Mercy. Okay, now the Francis Ayafo statement that it talks nothing makes me happy than seeing MKPD's live. Gone are the days when Amba terrorist sympathizers on Equinox TV and My Media Prime TV were asking Cameroon government to dialogue with the terrorists. I wonder why they never asked Sako to dialogue with Chris Anu. They never asked Ayabacho to dialogue with Capo Daniel. They never asked Ebenezer Akwanga to dialogue with Marianta. That is a very good question, Francis Ayafo. Now, we'll see where to Aretha or Benson, Field Marshal, a talk. So, what Field Marshal Aretha or Benson Makia talk say, Equinox TV is an Amba terrorist TV station. They actually believe that my trip to MTTP, they believe that my trip to Boya raised $2 million and they supported Amba because they wanted to be paid by Amba. How market pass. I also remember when the Brigade Anti-Sardina, they support Amba, you know, Professor Maurice come to people them for abroad. I remember when they do demonstrations, the way sometimes they turn violent, where they attack the Cameroon embassy for France and I think for Switzerland and Germany. They go disturb and they destroy properties at the premises of the Cameroon embassies them in European countries them. Every time President Paul Biya they go abroad for Switzerland or for France or for Germany, they go protest outside the hotel and all of those things them. Surprise, surprise. Presidential actually come for 2025. So you expect, say, 2024, they could start to ramp up their activism. They could start to try to demonstrate. But guess what? President Paul Biya will be there for Paris for the opening ceremony of the Summer Olympics. Not a single one Brigade Anti-Sardina pass for protest outside the hotel. It there for their suit, then he go, he fly to Switzerland for a holiday or whatever I go do for Switzerland. Now one woman, they go for their naked itself, they send a Bobby for outside. outside the hotel where President Paul Biya be there for Switzerland. I don't think say they do any demonstration whatsoever for France. But the one where I see I believe saying that for Switzerland, and that one human being, just one. So the question where you get to ask yourself now, say, who's the Brigade Anti-Sarina the day where they will do demonstrations there, they make a lot of noise in 2000 and, I mean, a few years ago, 2018, 19. Many of them, make I explain something for when I don't understand. Many of them, they will ride on the waves of the ambassador terrorism for try for, because they will see, say, some there for country, and they will want for take them, use them for political expediency. And now one of the people, the way they will stand or they will position themselves for benefits from ambassador terrorism. Now, Professor Maurice Kamto, even I don't know, Professor Maurice Kamto say he go win the presidential election for 2018. He no be believe, he no be know say President Paul Biya go still run. So he create a political party. After he leave CPTM, create a political party, believes he go run for 2018. If President Paul Biya no run, he go challenge and he go win. And it be the hope, well, by 2018, at the peak of ambassador terrorism, it be believed say the instability and the way the Amba terrorists they be being an anti-BR, anti-regime, anti-CPTM, it go get political experience. And one of the things in that way, the Brigade Anti-Sardina, they will make that political calculation as well. When I remember, and I know say people are there for your way, now people the way they support Professor Maurice Kamto, that's fine, that's your business. You get the right to support any political party where you want to support them. That is your right. But I just can't give the analysis based on the truth and the evidence we day, because I want to go play on a video where Brigade Anti-Sarina they be assemble for Germany, and they contribute money for Gian for Ola Lekiaka, Chris Anu brother, make it destabilize the Anglophone zone. If I like, I show the video. I know me say when I go talk say no, but that one no be get anything to do with Professor Maurice Kamto. Yes, but Brigade Anti-Sarina, they no be CPTM either. And they support that one specific political party for Cameroon. One, no be two, one. Maurice come to a party. That is just a fact. So if you know one link him, I go link him for when I say Brigade Anti-Sardina. Now a group of people the way they are actively geared towards handling the regime in power, but more specifically for put in place Professor Maurice Kamto. That is a fact. Even you, where you've been a Professor Maurice Kamto a follower, you cannot deny that truth and that reality. So yes, the MRC or the CRM of Professor Maurice Kamto, they will position themselves, but that is politics. So I don't blame them. I just tell them the truth. Political expediency is a thing. Whenever there is blood on the streets, there is money to be made. People position themselves to make money whenever there is blood on the streets. So where Anglophones are killing themselves, of course, Bamileke people, they position themselves to tap into it and make a killing while Anglophones continue killing themselves. I don't blame them. So I am not blaming Professor Maurice Kamto. It is politics. He get every right for make political calculations them and position himself for benefit on the situation where they happen inside Cameroon. The only slight small problems when me I get and win and say with it. Since where the Anglophone problem, the ambassador terrorism is started for 2017-18, ye where he want and aspire for being president of Cameroon, he never stepped one toe in the Anglophone zone. That is a problem. And also when I go talk to President Paul Biya to never step toe inside the Anglophone zone, yes, that too is a problem. So nobody say me are the only talk, say me na one person do am. No, me, I've been at the one person where I started call on President Paul Biya for camp for Bamenda and declare amnesty so that maybe they come out for Bush and the one day they don't come out will kill him. Me, since 2018, I've been made posts. Wait, see if I even get someone. See if I put it on the screen when I think that's a joke. When me I pray, say make President Paul the camp of Bamenda declare amnesty. Yep. Since January 2019, I get them for you when I wait. I'll put them on the screen when I see them. I get the info cover be doing since January 2019. Okay. My show now. When I think I play. So yes, me I don't start call on President Paul Biya for camp for Bamenda declare amnesty. It's to declare the amnesty where no camp for Bamenda, which is still fantastic, and I appreciate them. And I why that way as soon as the amnesty it become, we embrace them. Okay, so if when I look on our screen, when I give it a second, When I look on the screen, when I go see the info card, when I see that info card, yes. Now for 23rd of January 2019, where me I be make that post. Now remember, I make that post now for social media on all my platforms. Then I say, wait, please, I beg you, President Paul Biya, come to Bamenda and make a speech. Very important. Give amnesty. Ask the Amba boys to come back home. As that time where we not be one for antagonize them, we will still use the colorful languages, them like Amba boys, separatist fighters, and all of those things. Them. Now the kind of message in this way, time when me I start my activism, we will put them out there. Remember, I said I start my activism now for 2018, around August 2018. So now we're there now for August 2024. When I feel work out how long I don't do this black legism for. It don't be now exactly from 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, now 6 years. I never miss one day in 6 years. No holiday, no Christmas, no New Year, no birthday. Every single day for 6 years, we day here, we do the activism with the black legism. So now what it did, now the kind of things I do, now me, I will start call them. Say make it calm, not just sign the decree for your own the way it no go cause the right or bring about the right attention. If President Paul Biya himself, it become as a human being in person, not send a delegation like how he send the head of government, the prime minister. No, imagine if President Paul Biya become himself for commercial avenue, he make that speech. But then again, I know say the Amba fools that for run around the talk say they don't win because now they don't make Paul Biya calm, you know. So either way, it don't declare the amnesty, and either way, Cameroon still remain one and indivisible. So now what is that way me I be start advocate for? You understand? And as soon as the amnesty be granted through the Disarmament Commission, some of we would jump on top 2 foot. We don't care what I'm about when man be at the head of the Disarmament Commission on a Oku man, on a Mancon man, on a Momo man. Who cares? We just want the Disarmament Commission to succeed. So now wait that way, we don't do them since 2018. So like I been talk before I digress, Professor Maurice Kamto, he never do himself a favor by not stepping his toe in the Anglophone zone. At the same time, benefiting from the Anglophone self-inflicted destruction, where we call them Ambazonia terrorism. So yes, all the political parties, not just Professor Maurice Kamto, when I want to be president of Cameroon, of all of Cameroon, when I need for come to the Anglophone zone, tell we where to be your proposal, where you get for offer the people then for the northwest and the southwest region of Cameroon. You don't must do the speech inside Bamenda. If you do them now for Kondo Titi, if you do them now for Mundemba, if you do them now inside Kumba or Boya or Batibo, if you do them inside any part of the Anglophone zone. But it not be enough for just for Yaoundé or for Douala, things say the campaign now for the whole country. It will never work. I no go advise no Anglophone person for vote for that kind of person. When I need for can campaign to in the Anglophone zone. Yes. If me, Amba, they want me past you. Amba terrorists, they fight me, they find me past Professor Maurice Kamto, past Joshua Osi, past any human being on the surface of this earth. Yes. Me, I don't come out, can Cameroon, can go DDR Center and make live broadcast for day. So you know if you tell me, say Professor Maurice Kamto, where they live for Cameroon, it go passy for go Bamenda and make a speech for Commercial Avenue. It go get all the security we need them. Or you know even or make Cameroon for inside Congress Hall where it go be protected. Make them for Ayaba, it be protected. Yes. So go for Boya, go for Kumba. If you make them for grandstand, make an inside hall, but come in the Anglophone zone. It is the height of disrespect for things that you want Anglophones and for vote you or things that you could be president for the whole country, but you don't get the audacity or the respect for can't talk to the Anglophone people then. It is disrespect. And I no go advise no Anglophone person for pay any attention to those kind of political parties them. But as it be, one of them, it could also be president for Cameroon. What are now CPDM, MRC, SDF, KNDP, on a UDP, on a way to all the other political parties. Them one of them, it could also be president come the 2025 presidential election. So The only thing we me have to tell una say na wetin, una register for vote, una register for vote, register as much as possible. Or 1 second, my contributor there make I might pay attention to my personal family life. Now give me 1 second. Okay. I send message. Did you want to go? I am live.
But this is the reality. People listen to the devil himself, my country people of La Republique, more than they listen to some Amazonian activists. This is the reality.
Hail, hail, hail the Kumkumasa. We the Cameroonians, we pledge our loyalty. Kumkumasa, Kumkumasa, you shall free our country from terror. And your blessing shall be like the stars above. The Most High God shall be your guide.